Ice Cube. Is he on a promotional tour for 3-on-3 basketball? Or is he really trying to enlighten us on what goes on behind the scenes in the entertainment industry? You decide. This up next on Chopping It Up with Stacie Lamar. Hey, yo everybody, what's going on? This your boy Stacie Lamar. I do apologize for my absence. It's been a long time since the slap. You know, everybody remembers that one. Had some things I had to take care of. You know, life happens, but I am back. And I'm back with the Chopping It Up crew. I got my girl Christina here with me. Christina, go ahead and say hi to everybody.
Hey everybody, good to be back.
And I got my boy Matt. Matthew, say hi to everybody.
What's up, y'all? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but we finna get on it. Alright, so without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so what we're gonna be talking about today, I am going to be dividing up into three shows because there's so much going on. So much going on in the entertainment industry. It's like, God dang it, man, what the heck is going on? So, the first part is, you've seen it, I've seen it, Matthew's seen it, Christina's seen it, hell, everybody's seen it. Heck, the homeless dude across the street has seen it. This whole thing with Ice Cube, right? This whole thing with, he's making this little podcast tour, and he's going around and he's talking about, his experience and what he's experiencing in the entertainment industry. So today we're gonna go ahead and chop that up. But remember, for those of you who haven't unsubscribed, because I think when I left I had a little over 4,000 subscribers. So if you're still with me, thank you. And if you just happened upon the show, thank you, and I hope you enjoy it. But for those of you who remember, we go beyond what is, everybody else is talking about. We come on in and look at all sides. All right. So without further ado, Christina, what do you think about the Ice Cube thing? What he's talking about. The gatekeepers and him being treated unfairly and being pushed to the outside and nobody wanting to talk to him and all this other stuff. What do you think about that?
Well, can I just say, wow, when I looked at all of this information and started doing my research, I was just like so shocked at some of the stuff that he was like bringing to the surface. I mean, for one, I think that Ice Cube has always been a seeker for injustice since way back when he first came on the scene with NWA. He's always spoken out for things that he felt was wrong or not right.
Yeah.
So it's not really like a far jump for me that he's speaking out about this kind of stuff now, because it seems right in line with his brand and who he is. Mm-hmm. I think the issue is that many people find him to be too hard. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He talks about where he's been banned from talk shows. Like, he talks about how he was banned from The View. Mm-hmm. Well, The View is, they want a straight line. They want to sugarcoat what's really going on, even though they act like they're not. They really are. Okay. And he's just his opinion is just too hard. They're not going to, they don't want to hear that on there. You know what I mean? They want to hear, like, the middle of the road, we can all get along, da-da-da-da, and that's just not who he is.
Okay.
I don't know, like, what did he have a song that was called No Vaseline back in the day? Like, kind of like that. One video that he talked about, though, that really struck me was the feeling pressured to get the COVID shot.
Right.
And for having to them basically saying, like, if you don't get this shot, we're not going to give you this part. Right. And this is $9 million he's looking at. Right. And I just had to think about, how many people would have just gotten that shot for $9 million. Hello, it's $9 million. Yeah. And he stood his ground and he said, it's not about the immunization or going against immunizations, but it's about that don't feel like I should be pressured to have to do something that I don't necessarily agree with.
Okay. All
But,
right.
you know, in the real world, the jobs out here for the real people were pressuring people to get shots all the time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, you know, that wasn't really like new to me, because my job that I had at the time was pressuring me to get the shot.
Yeah.
And I hadn't gotten it yet. And, you know, it made me feel like, well, if I don't get it, then maybe I might not have a job. And, you know, those were some scary times. There was no work out there. So if you had a job, you know what I mean? You kind of had to do what you had to do to hold on to it.
Right.
So I kind of like understood where he was coming from with that, you know? As far as the gatekeepers go, he talks a lot about the 3-on-3 and him kind of getting shut out by the NBA, which is, you know, crazy. It's crazy to me, but it makes perfect sense to me at the same time, because the NBA wants to keep their monopoly.
Right.
You know, they don't want to share the money. They want to keep the monopoly. That's why the contracts are written the way that they're written. That's why the owners are not allowed to invest in any other basketball programs, because they want to keep their monopoly.
Yeah.
And, you know, and he's only getting bigger. It started out, it was just a small, you know, program that he started, and now they just celebrated their 6th year, and it's still going strong. And the money is getting greater every single year, and more people are watching, and more people, you know, there's more sponsors coming in, and you know, and they're not going to be able to stop it. And they had an opportunity at the very beginning to be like a partner with them. They offered them the 3-on-3 company offered them 10%, but he, in his own words, I offered him 10% for free. Like, they didn't have to do anything, just 10%, because we wanted to be in partnership with them.
Right.
But they refused it. So obviously they have, you know, real reasons. He said they know about, they know of at least one contract that they squashed, for sure. And so, you know, you have to wonder, like, do these gatekeepers, and I feel like it's not just them, it's everybody, you know, in our own lives. We all have gatekeepers in our lives of, you know, things we have to do to stay in, you know, in line with, you know, our job or whatever things we have going on in our lives. And is that right? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, he's bringing up a lot of good questions, for sure.
Okay. All right. Matt, go ahead and chop that up, my brother. What do you think?
Well, I applaud Ice Cube for doing what he's doing, because you have so many people that are afraid of the so-called gatekeepers, to the point where they're not going to say anything.
Right.
Some of them may not join, but they're not bringing up anything about them. So therefore, I do applaud him for that. As Christina said, he's always been a hard dude. He's always been the type of cat that, man, if you don't think it's right, he ain't going with it.
Right, right.
He left NWA because he didn't think things was going right.
Right,
They
right.
was making a gang of money.
Yep.
But he didn't feel like he was being treated fairly, so he moved on. As far as these gatekeeper dudes go, he's not the only one that's talking about it. He's just the only one making the biggest stink.
Yeah.
They got videos with Dave Chappelle talking about it.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that last night.
Yes, he's talking about it, and he made a valid point, and he's not the only one that ever said that either. I heard Eddie Griffin say something about how in the entertainment industry, no one leaves the entertainment industry without getting messed over.
Right.
Nobody. I'm waiting to hear something about Denzel Washington.
But, you know.
And he's the cleanest guy. Man, you ain't never heard nothing about him. But I'm waiting to hear something about him. Because that's just how it goes. And they want to bully you into doing certain things that you may not want to do, such as he didn't want to take the COVID shot.
Right.
Okay, that shouldn't stop him from working. Does he have COVID? No. So why should that stop him from being able to do the pitching?
Right, right.
You know, so it's a bullying thing. And once they bully you that one time, they figure they got you. Okay, he's going to do whatever we want him to do because we control him.
Right.
If he don't do what we say, he ain't going to work.
Right, right. Okay. All right. Now, both of you brought up some very, 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 very good points. Very good points. And I want to start off by saying that Q, dude, like Matthew said, man, I applaud you, man. I really do. Because you are being brave enough to speak out about what you believe in, and again, you always have. I mean, when NWA started, you know, Matt, how old were we? Because Matt and I were there. We were in the trenches with y'all. We were Linwood, Compton. We were there. And when you guys first started, man, I mean, it was all underground. And I think if you guys during your research came across, Ice Cube even said he didn't think it was going to, or the group thought it was going to do anything but be underground. They thought they were going to be some ghetto superstars.
Yeah.
But and I remember, hell, I had many a tape. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, now here's what I'm going to hit you guys with. So again, Q, applaud you. You know, you've always been outspoken, and you've always spoke your mind. And if you didn't think it was right, like Matt said, you left a whole lot of money when you left NWA and Ruthless and all that. Well, maybe not so much Ruthless. Ruthless, that was another story. But when you left NWA, I mean, that was money coming in. You didn't feel it was right, and so you bounced. But as I alluded to, NWA, when it first started, the gatekeepers, which at this time was the government, because remember the government, yeah. The FBI, they were like, oh no, we got to squash this madness. No. So the gate was put up. The gatekeepers put a gate up, right? All right. So NWA had been pretty much contained, right? They were contained. It was not you unless you were in the area, in the underground, where you could get your hands on an NWA tape, album, whatever it was, some vinyl. You didn't know who NWA was. Am I correct, Matt? Am I good? Right. All right. Okay. Now, you chime in if you go. Wait a minute, Stacie, you smoking some bad stuff. But so here's where I am. All right. So, and for those of you watching, please comment down below, because you know I want to hear what you got to say. All right, because I know right now I can hear the smacking of the lips and see the poochie faces. But here's where I'm going. All right, so NWA had been contained. Bam, gates up. The gatekeepers, then they had contained them. Now, where I'm going with this, if it hadn't been for the gatekeepers, these so-called gatekeepers, and we're gonna name these. This was the FBI and the government. The government did not want, because like what they were talking truth. Because again, Matt and I were there. They were talking truth, and they didn't want that to get out, so they had contained it very well. But they messed up, and they started, you know, talking about it and saying how bad it was, right? And so everybody now is going, okay, well, what are these boys saying? What are these dudes saying? The gatekeepers are the ones that sparked the interest, right? The gatekeepers are the ones that made people interested, other than people that were in the hood, okay? The gatekeepers are the ones that messed up and created an interest in NWA. And I think Ice Cube even said that. And I can't remember which video I watched, but in one of them videos, Ice Cube actually said that because the government had made such a big deal about what they were saying, that other people outside of the status quo, outside of the ghetto there, Compton, Linwood, and whatnot, they became interested. And so the gatekeepers actually pushed NWA over the gate, over the fence. Inadvertently, they didn't mean to do it, but they did it. So without the gatekeepers, in my opinion, gangster rap wouldn't be what it is today because, again, they had successfully contained it, and it wasn't going any further than the hood. And again, Ice Cube himself says this now.
Can I interject into that?
Yes. So go ahead, Matt. You first.
They started out with this, we don't want this. And like you said, then all of a sudden the gatekeepers let them in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think they let them in. I think it was an accident.
There was a motive behind them letting them in.
What do you think that motive was?
Talking about was firing up these little young black people. Think about this. Even before the crack era came out,
right?
There started to be a lot of killings. Just random killings, drive-bys, and all of this old stuff.
Yep.
That was what they was pushing. They wanted us to kill off each other. That was exactly what it was. That's why and initially that was why they was like, oh no, we don't want that. We don't want our kids listening to that. But then it was like, well, hold on, wait a minute. If they listen to this stuff and they follow what these dudes are talking about, you know what? They gonna take out each other. So let it go. Think about how long gangster rap was out, and then all of a sudden it stopped. Just stopped.
Yeah.
And now you're coming out with all this so crazy other stuff.
Yeah.
Besides the rap.
Yeah.
Which nowadays, to me, I don't consider what they call hip-hop even real hip-hop.
Yeah, so that's another show. Yeah, although Cube did talk about that. He did talk about that now. And you are absolutely right. You're absolutely correct. And that, like I said, that's another show. We can go down that rabbit hole and we ain't never coming back.
Well, he said that they were pushed to make that type of music, and it wasn't like how he considers hip hop was just like a beat and a pen and an artist. It was a team that actually made those songs and approved those songs. So, but the team is saying, yeah, you should do this, you should do that. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, they were being pushed to.
But see, that's
like that.
Hold on.
Exactly.
But hold on, you guys. See that's nothing new though, because if you look at a documentary on Motown, Motown. That's how they wrote all their songs. Okay? Smokey Robinson would write a song, or Berry Gordy, the man who owns the company, would write a song. And then they would take it up to, I forgot what the room was called, but anyway, all of them would get together. So I would write a song, and then Christina and Matthew and Jacob and all the other writers would get together and critique my song and then say, nah, Stace, your chorus is a little weak. Or, dang, I can't believe you said that, Stacie. You should say this. So, Motown did the same thing. Okay? And other record companies, obviously other record companies do the same thing, because Cube alluded to that. So, that's nothing new. That's nothing new. Because that's how Barry, had his success. He had songwriting by committee.
And you're right about that, Stacie. You are very right. But you have to think about the times. What was going on at the time when Motown was out? They was trying to do stuff to make us happy. So we would stop tripping on what they was doing to us. That's why they did that. That's why they promoted it. That's why they pushed it out there. Same thing. They wanted us to start killing each other. So they started putting out gangster rap.
Okay.
They could have, just like you said, they could have kept that shit underground.
Right.
They still would have been getting it, but they could have kept it underground. They didn't, because that was part of their agenda.
Okay.
And the same thing goes back to Motown and all of that other stuff. Let these dudes make some good songs so these people will listen to these songs and be happy.
All right.
They're not tripping on what we doing.
Okay, so stop right there. So you actually have hit the nail right on the head of what I was trying to say, is that the gatekeepers, right, these gatekeepers, now like Christina and what you said as well, okay, the gatekeepers could be your employers. The gatekeepers could be the government, the federal government. There are many forms of gatekeepers, okay? And just like Cube said in one of his videos, again, I mean, I watch so many goddamn videos. I got Cube coming out of, places he shouldn't be coming out of. But just like he said, they are there to keep you in your lane, okay? They're there to keep you in your lane. I mean, but again, it has always been that way. And the gatekeepers, they, like you said, Matt, they don't do anything unless it is in their best interest. Right?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Christina, what you think?
I agree completely.
Okay. You guys out there, what do you think? Let me hear from you. Now, is that going on right now in the Poochie face? I want to hear. And if you think I'm wrong, don't just say, no, you're wrong. No, I want to know why you think I'm wrong. You prove to me that I'm wrong. All right? All right, so that's one thing. So the gatekeepers, and in this case, it was the federal government, FBI and whatnot, they are the ones that allowed gangster rap to flourish. At first, they were like, no. But then, like Matt said, all of a sudden, bam, now everybody's hearing it and everybody's talking about, you got white folks want to be black and, it was, everybody wanted to be, wanted to live that life, I forget the saying, because like after that, after it took off, it was like everybody want to be black except for black people. But that's only because we were in it. It wasn't glorified and ooh, it's so cool. No, we were in that mess. So yeah. But all right. So that I wanted to make that point. The gatekeepers actually are let gangster rap, NWA. They let them in. Okay. So Cube, when you're saying that the gatekeepers, they're stopping you from doing this and stopping you from doing that. Take a step back and listen to what I just said. All right. And then Christina, you alluded to this too, that the NWA doesn't want to share any of the cookies. The NBA doesn't want to share any of the cookies, right? They want it all for themselves. All right. So in this particular instance, the NBA are the gatekeepers. All right. They're the ones that are controlling this. Okay. So if it were my business, and again, I want to hear it all. I want to hear it. If it were my business, I wouldn't want you to have any of the cookies either. Right. Why am I going to why am I going to welcome competition? It's mine right now. I got a lock on it. So why
right now
am I gonna say it's okay for you to do what you're doing?
If you think about this though, Stacie,
okay,
they kind of got a lock on it, and they kind of don't, because they got, as far as the United States go, yeah. But then countries outside of the United States have their own basketball teams and shit too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of cutting into the cookie.
But however though, how many? You don't see.
Here's my thing about that.
Okay.
The cookie is only so big. You gotta do stuff in order to get more of the cookie.
Right.
So why not let him come in and do what he's doing? He offered him 10%. He offered him 10%.
Right.
Okay, now let him come in. That's generating more revenue for the NBA. To me, that was kind of stupid. That was really kind of stupid.
But
because not only that, you could also bring in more people that may not even be interested in the NBA. But they see this 3-on-3 and be like, man, wait a minute, let me check this out. Man, this is pretty good. So now you even got people that wasn't really interested in basketball, but they're interested in this 3-on-3.
Right. Okay.
See what I'm saying? So you generating more revenue.
But here's
why try to hold all the cookies?
But
You're
here's
going to make more money anyway.
Yes, I got you, and I hear what you're saying. Because really, seriously, y'all, when it comes down to it, that's what it's all about. It's about the dollar. That's it. That's it.
But you talk about the other countries that have leagues. There's a world league that's going to be starting out within the next few years, and if they became partners with the 3-on-3, they would have a larger footprint. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, by not working with them, they're automatically making them competition. By saying like, no, we don't want to work with you. We don't want your money. Your money's no good here. You're now more competition. But yet they send scouts from the NBA to go to the 3-on-3 game to recruit people, and they've literally recruited people from 3-on-3.
Right, no.
And then they let them go every single time out of their contract.
Yeah.
They said that on some interview. That so if the NBA calls, we know that's the goal that every basketball player wants. They want to be in the NBA.
Right.
They let them out their contract right away.
But
they're not trying to win competition, but the NBA seems to be creating it.
Right. Okay, but wait. So what did both of you just say? The NBA goes and gets their players because they got a hold of somebody worth the NBA's time. If they collaborate with the 3-on-3, it would only grow the NBA because now However, what did we just agree on? That the gatekeepers do not do anything that's not in their best interest. So the 10%, now I don't know how much money is being generated. I have no idea. But I guarantee that 10% that was offered to the NBA, they were like, man, that's gas money.
Yeah, it's probably Trump change to them.
You know what I'm saying? So they would either have to up that percentage or add something to it for the NBA. Because like the gatekeepers ain't crazy now. They ain't crazy.
No, they're not. But think about this also too, though, Stacie. They could have said, hey, okay, we want 20%. We want 25%.
Mm-hmm.
They could have did that. He offered them 10%. So
right.
that meant there was an open door there to negotiate.
Right.
They didn't want to negotiate. I truly believe it don't have nothing to do with the money on this in this instance. It's who he is. That's basically what it is. It's about who he is. His voice has some type of influence. Mm-hmm. So we need you on our team because you can influence people to come on in.
Okay.
He's not with the BS. He's not going to go for just go with the status quo either. He's always a voice that's going to be loud and say, oh no, this is not going to work. You know what I mean? They don't want to go with that. They want people that are just going to come in and do what they want them to do, Stay in line. Yeah.
No, I agree with you guys, and the fact that, again, we established that early on, that he's not just gonna go with the status quo, and we all, hey, yo, Cube, boom, dude, applaud you for that. But and the gatekeepers would rather have someone that would just fall in line and follow what they want to do. However, if it's putting money in their pockets, okay, all right. So let me pose this question to you guys, because God, man, we've been. I told you this goes fast, man. When we get into these conversations, oh my goodness. All right, but let me pose this to you. All right, do you think that this promotional or this little podcast tour that he's on right now is more of a promotion for the 3-on-3 league, or is he really legitimately trying to open people's eyes about these gatekeepers? Okay,
I
so
think
Matt,
both. I think one, he is trying to open people's eyes and see the powers that be that are in control in Hollywood, in sports, that they're doing stuff that is not even legal in some cases, right? And then, but at the same time, he's shedding a light on it. What he's doing right now is he's trying to shine a light on them and say, hey, look at what these guys are doing, in hopes, probably, that they're going to work with him. right? That's like the end goal, right? Is that he wants to be in partnership with them
Mm-hmm.
in some way. So I feel like it's kind of a little bit of both.
Okay, so a little bit of both. Matt, what you think? Promotional? If it's just it's just a promotional tour in the guise of, hey, I want to enlighten you guys about what's going on with these gatekeepers. Or I'm trying to.
I'm with Christina.
Okay.
I'm with Christina. I think he's looking for his own benefit, but I also think he's trying to open people's eyes and enlighten them on the way things go.
Mm-hmm.
When you get in the entertainment industry. You have people that no matter what you're doing, no matter how great of an actor or a singer or entertainer you are, there's somebody out there that's got their foot on your neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No argument there.
That's what he's trying to let people know. Hey, it's always somebody got their foot on your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you go, for a lot of them dudes that's going independent, man, it's still somebody with their foot on their neck.
Yeah.
They may control more of the money, but there's still somebody out there letting them make that money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
We have to see what he's talking about on this tour, because he's been talking about like Jamie Foxx. He's talked about a lot of different people. So is he going to talk about all this stuff that he's put out, or is he just talking about 3-on-3 on this promotional tour? That's what I want to. I want to know.
Yeah, but see, that's why I posed that question, and viewers, I'm posing that question to you too, because again, I have watched maybe 15, 20, because there's some, there are some that repeated themselves, but I would say a good maybe 10, 15, maybe not 20, 10 to 15 videos. And in all the videos that I watched, with the exception of one, but that one was like a fluff piece. But in all the videos that I watched, he was either wearing 3-on-3, apparel, the hat, whatnot, and talking about 3-on-3. It was like the person that was interviewing him. They spent most of the time talking about 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
And then then maybe there was a little sprinkle of the gatekeeper stuff, and then a little bit of Jamie Foxx. So it was like 60% 3-on-3, and then maybe 30% of the gatekeepers, and then 10% of Jamie Foxx, or maybe not. Maybe it was Jamie Foxx, and then maybe Ye, Kanye, and.
Kanye West, you talked about too.
Yeah. But and what you guys watched, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, because like all the ones that I watched, they were mainly talking about 3-on-3. And guys, Matt, Christina, viewers, look, Cube is all he's doing. If that's what he's doing, there's nothing wrong with it. Not a goddamn thing. There's nothing wrong with it. He's just promoting his league. There's nothing wrong with that. However, what I do have a problem with, because we're saying that he is in bringing enlightenment to the masses about the gatekeepers. Guys, the gatekeepers have been around since the silent movies. Okay. They have always been there, controlling what people see, what they think, what they do. All right. Mm-hmm. So if I'm a young Hollywood actor guy, and I'm under contract with a movie studio, they are gonna tell me when to get up. They're gonna tell me when to go to sleep. And if I'm having problems getting up, they're gonna give me pills to get up. And if I'm having trouble sleeping, they're gonna tell me who I can date, who I can marry. They have always been there. So unless you have been on the planet for less than 10 years, 10 years or less, that this has been going on. So it's like, were you been under a rock? So to me, Cube isn't saying anything that I don't already know, and I'm quite sure there are a lot of people.
Plus, we have gatekeepers in our own lives. Right?
Exactly.
When I go to work, when I go to work, I have somebody to tell me what I can and can't do.
Right.
So,
that's all. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Matt.
You have a boss. And it's as simple as that. You have a boss. Somebody's gonna just no matter how high you go. The president of the United States got people telling him what to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now he controls the United States. How the hell he got somebody telling him what to do? And they not necessarily advisors because there's stuff that he may want to do, and they tell him, no, you can't do that.
I know.
Period. You can't do that. No.
That's
So
all.
yeah, so if that's the way of life.
Yeah.
You're gonna always have somebody when you're kids, you got your parents telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And your teachers and shit like that. Just say adults, period. They telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get grown, if you gotta get a job, okay, you got a boss. If you become an entrepreneur, there's still somebody out there with their foot on your neck.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be as strong as it would be for somebody else, but there's somebody out there with their foot on your neck because they can control how you make your money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Or whether you make any money or not.
But okay, so I want to ask, how long has this been going on? Forever. Hell, for all we know, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been going on with the caveman. You know, you got the dude over here with whoever had the biggest club is the one that called the shots. You know.
Right.
So
It's there.
so, you know,
Or
again.
you can take the most violent one.
Yeah, the most.
He'll do anything to kill you. So yeah, you just back up off of him. He don't care if you're a man, woman, or child. He gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And that's basically how it is with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So guys.
And I don't.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I get what Cube is saying. It's like, I don't want to be part of y'all club, but I'll socialize with y'all.
Right.
But that's pretty much what he's saying. I'll socialize with y'all, but I don't want to necessarily be part of your club.
And I'm all for that. You know, again, I'm all for that. I
Because
can't.
the powers that be thing to want to have you go ahead
Having his own business, he doesn't, because 3-on-3 is a business, he doesn't actually have to play ball with them. You know what I mean? He could shut it down. He could say to his players, if they go to get drafted to the NBA, he could say, well, you got a contract here. You signed a contract for 2 years. You got a year left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He could play hardball if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to play with them. So it's like, him, you know.
But he also understands, too, that he has other people's lives in his hands.
Right.
Well, yeah.
He
Yeah,
can do
of course.
that.
I mean,
And that would be selfish on his part.
Right.
right.
And
But how are they gonna send scouts and benefit from these people, from him sending his scouts out and finding these players in high schools or whatever and bringing them onto 3-on-3 and letting them mature and getting good in their game and do all these things, and then the NBA shows up and scouts them and takes them. Now, shouldn't there, like, you know what I mean? Like, just
And he allows them to do that. We'll end your contract. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, man. This is what your dream. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
But
so that
like
that for me. Hold on,
I
man.
look at 3-on-3 as being a G League. It's basically a G League, because just like you say, they go there and they see some players. It might be somebody fresh out of high school, somebody that didn't get drafted from college or whatever, and they come in and say, hey, this dude got game. We want him.
Right.
And Cube just say, okay, you got it. He ain't saying, okay, well, you're going to have to buy his contract. He could do that.
He
Okay,
could-
you want to buy his contract then.
All right. Okay. So what you guys were talking about just now, you know, that could be his way of extending the olive branch to the NBA by saying, look, you know, this is how it could be, you know, if we can just work something out. And then, like you said, Matt, it's a G League, you know. So, you know, him not, you know, being, you know, pardon my French, folks, him not being a little ass about it and saying, no, you got to buy this contract out, which would be smart business. However, he's not doing that. So, again, this could be his way of extending the olive branch, saying, look, we can make something happen here. Something good, something that benefits everybody. Because again, like we just established, the gatekeepers or the powers that be are not, and I repeat, are not, absolutely not going to happen, cancel Christmas, gonna do anything that doesn't benefit them. That's just not gonna happen. You know, that's just not gonna happen. All right, so so let me hear from you, yay or nay. Promotional tour, or is he spitting knowledge? Because again, like I said, unless you 10 years old or been living under a rock, he ain't saying nothing that nobody doesn't know. That anyone, I mean, it's been around since the beginning of time. So is it a promotional tour under the guise of, or is he legitimately trying to promote his league? Which is it? Christina?
I honestly think he's shedding light on what's happening. I feel like the 3-on-3 program is growing at the rate that he wants it to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, obviously it's going to create more promotion just naturally, but I really think that he's trying to shed light on, you know, these areas that he can't, all these gates that get put up that he's, you know, having a hard time jumping over.
Okay. All right. Matthew, what you think, man?
I would say a little bit of both.
Nah. You can't give me no political answer, man.
No, the reason I say a little bit of both is because
all right,
okay,
George Bush
he's putting out this promotion, but he's also kind of letting you know, hey, man, if this promotion don't work, this is the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's shedding light, but he's also trying to promote his little thing. Yeah, and like you said, I don't find anything wrong with it. Don't put it under, well,
not a thing wrong with that.
The powers that be, this, that, and the other, woo. But 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my whole thing. Don't do it in no merry-go-round kind of way.
Right.
If this is what you're trying to do, you're trying to promote your little thing, okay, cool.
Okay.
Make it out there.
Yeah.
But don't come at us with this gatekeeper thing and everything, and that's not really what your whole message is about.
Thank you. That's all I was trying to say, y'all. That's it. Now, again, I can't say enough about the accomplishments that this man had, you know, what he's done. Hell, he's literally a living legend, right, y'all. Cube is literally a living legend. Living man, you know what I mean? He's still here with us and a legend. All right? So, and he did that by not taking any, and pardon my French, bullshit. Okay? So, I am by no means a Cube hater. Love the man. Love what he's done. I love what he's doing now. However, I just, chopping it up with Stacie Lamar, I'm always looking at all the angles. And from what I saw, and most of these videos that I looked at, it was about the 3-on-3. And all I'm asking, and again, I want to hear from you in the comments below, all I'm asking is what you think. Is it a promotional tour for 3-on-3, or is it legitimately trying to shed some light on the gatekeepers, which we all know have been there all along? So, I want to hear from you. I'm Stacie Lamar. This is Chopping It Up, and we'll see you on the next episode.